Hello everyone, my name is Olivia Wolf and I'm the Program Director at the Findlay YMCA. Today for our activity, what we are going to be doing is learning about the layers of the earth. So as you can see here, I have a little coloring sheet, and what I've done is taken numbers and drawn them to the innermost layer of the earth and gone outward and labeled them. So for example, the first innermost layer is called the inner core, and that's labeled as number 1. And then what surrounds that is called the outer core, and that's layer number 2. And then I keep going to the outside of the earth, and I keep having them labeled here. I have them color-coded as well. So that coloring page is a really fun way for kids to learn about the layers of the earth. But another fun way that they can learn about the layers of the earth as well is to make their very own 3D model. So for our model here, you can see that the outermost layer, which is the crust in this picture, is what we see on the outside. But break open our earth, you can see the layers that we made in our 3D model. And then these layers actually match up with the colors that I used for my coloring page as well. So to make this model, I use several different colors of Play-Doh, and I started with the innermost color, that's the red in this picture, the inner core, and I found colors to match up with each layer. So I have my inner core for red, this hot pink red, my outer core for this orange, and then the lower mantle for the yellow, and then the upper mantle for the brown, and then I used this blue in combination with this green for the crust. So real quick, I'll name everything that you'll need. It's not a whole lot for this activity. You'll just need crayons or colored pencils or markers, something to color this coloring page. And then you'll need different colors of Play-Doh. If you don't have Play-Doh at home though, we do have a little recipe in the description of this video of how to make your very own homemade Play-Doh. And then you can use that recipe for this project as well. So for the innermost layer, the inner core, I used this hot pink red, and then that would be the smallest little Play-Doh ball, and then on up from there, the Play-Doh balls get bigger. So I will show you what that looks like now so that you can make your own Play-Doh at home. So as you can see here, this is the smallest Play-Doh ball, and this is the biggest Play-Doh ball. And the smallest one is going to be our inner core. And then as we go on up and get to the outside of the earth, each Play-Doh ball gets slightly bigger. And that's because this one will encompass this one will encompass that one, and so on up. So your inner core is going to stay just like this. You're not going to flatten it out or anything. It's going to stay in a Play-Doh ball. And then you'll move on to the outer core. And this one we have to flatten out and roll it out so that it can wrap around this Play-Doh ball. So here you can see this is the inner core, and then this is our flattened out outer core. And we're going to take this and wrap up our inner core to make our first 2 layers come together. Once it's all rolled together, it should look like this. Now we are going to do the next layer, and we're going to flatten out our lower mantle to wrap around our outer core layer. So this is the now flattened lower mantle, and then this is the outer core, and I'm going to wrap the lower mantle around our outer core to make the next layer. This is how it looks now with the lower mantle wrapped around the outer core. So now I'm going to take our upper mantle and flatten this out, our upper mantle, and we're going to put it around the lower mantle. This is the flattened upper mantle, and we're going to put it around this now. For our last layer, we are going to be flattening out the crust, which is this piece, and wrapping it around the upper mantle. Once you have the crust wrapped around all of the other layers, it should look something like this. And then what I'm going to do next is take my green Play-Doh in this baggie and then make little bits of land onto all of this water, which is the crust. Now that I have my green land added to the water, I'm going to show you what you do next. For this next part, you're going to need something sharp to cut your earth in half so that the kids can see all the layers in our earth here. I'm going to be using this ruler. It is the only thing I have on hand that'll cut through this. Just be sure if you're using anything that has like a sharp edge to have a parent help you with this part. But you'll just want something that can cut down the middle of the earth. So I'm going to go right down the middle, and then we will see how we did with our layers. After cutting down, this is how our earth looks. And you can see all the different layers. We have our inner core, which is that hot pink, the outer core, which is the orange. Then we have the lower mantle, which is the yellow, and the upper mantle, which is the brown. And then finally our outermost layer, the crust, which is the blue and the green. That is all we have today for our little science experiment with our Play-Doh showing the layers of the earth. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to our Facebook page for more videos. Have a great day!